Yo VC, what's up? Bob here. Thought I would do something a little bit different for you today. I've noticed around the vinyl community that a lot of people are getting into jazz because of all these wonderful jazz reissues that are coming out. They're audiophile quality and a lot of great titles. And while I'm sitting here waiting for my Blue Note Classic records to show up in the mail, we had some snow and they're delayed. I thought I would make a video for you guys concerning, once you get all the classic titles, where do you go from there? And I thought I would show 5 of the most suggested jazz records and then show you maybe some alternatives. So let's get into it. One of the first records a lot of people might suggest to you is the probably most popular jazz record of all time, and for good reason. It's this one, Miles Davis's Kind of Blue, right? Fantastic record. Paul Chambers on bass, Coltrane, Wynton Kelly, Bill Evans. Yeah, it's really, really good. You know, Cannonball is on here. Yeah, it's a killer's row, and it's just a whole record of beautiful music. Very accessible to people trying to get into jazz. This particular copy is a 6-eye Columbia mono. I just cleaned it. It sounds spectacular. But once you get this, what do you get next? I would suggest this. Miles Davis's Cookin'. This is Prestige 7094, right? This is also a deep groove mono, right, on the Fireworks label. When I got this record, I was super excited. I love this cover. A lot of people don't like it. I think it's fantastic. But basically, it starts out with one of the most beautiful renditions of My Funny Valentine that you're ever going to hear. The arrangement is spectacular. Miles is playing his tone just really, really good. There's a couple blues numbers on this and some real burning playing. I mean, just that super fast, just killer stuff. There's this series of records right here, okay? You got Cookin', Workin', Steamin', right? This is the proving grounds for Miles Davis. When you hear this, this series of records right here, you know this is how he became the guy, right? This is a fantastic place to start. If you can get any of the early Prestige stuff, which is really my favorite of the jazz labels. I love the Prestige label. But if you can get any of the early Miles Prestige stuff, get it for sure. The best pressing you can get. And, Cookin' is a great place to start. Love it. Next. Yeah. This is one of the records I'm waiting for. Cannonball Adderly's Something Else, right? It's a fantastic record. Most people consider it a Miles Davis record. I do not. It is a Cannonball Adderly record. Miles Davis, Hank Jones, Sam Jones, or Blakey, the perfect master of the drum kit. It's a great record. But what I would suggest getting after you have that is this. Cannonball Adderly's Know What I Mean, right? Look at this cover. Yeah, this record features Bill Evans and Cannonball Adderly. And let me tell you, it's a beautiful record. These guys are absolutely killing on here. It opens with Waltz for Debbie, and it just keeps going. It's fantastic. This is a super strong record on another great label, Riverside, right? This is also a mono, and it's a fantastic record. If you want to hear a real Cannonball Adderly record, this is it. Yeah, if you see this, buy it immediately. Because here's the deal. There's been many times where I've been flipping through the bins when I didn't know what these records were and just passed on them, right? So I don't want that to happen to you. Next, very popular record that people might suggest to you to buy, and for, the obvious reasons. John Coltrane, A Love Supreme. I have an original pressing of this, mono, but I thought I would show you this. This is the Acoustic Sound Series version of the record. It is in print, and you can get it whenever it is available, and you should. It's very nice. It's on an Impulse label. This is Coltrane taking it to the next level. We all know about this record. There's no reason for me to go into it. That's it. How about this one right here? Monk's Music, right? Thelonious Monk. Septet, right? It has Coleman Hawkins, Art Blakey, Coltrane. You can even hear him call out, Coltrane! And then Coltrane plays, right? I mean, it's an amazing record. Fantastic Monk record. You know, a lot of Monk stuff, it's hard for people who are just getting into jazz. It's quite angular and abstract at times. But this one is quite accessible. It's on Riverside, Deep Groove, first pressing, mono. Yeah. If you see this record, you should buy it right away. That's it. If you want to go straight Coltrane, this is an inexpensive record, but it's a fantastic record. Coltrane's Giant Steps. Obviously has Giant Steps on it. Naima. Spiral. Yeah. This is a fantastic record. Now, some people complain about the sonics of this record, like maybe it's not a quote-unquote audiophile record. That said, the performance here easily trumps the audio quality. And seriously, Giant Steps is a masterclass in playing an instrument. If you really want to take your playing on any instrument to the next level, learn Giant Steps, and you will have a better understanding of your instrument. This is when Coltrane really started to turn up the volume. I have a couple of these, just regular 2-color label Atlantics. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get a better pressing of this record. This is one of those situations. I saw a Fan Center label version of this record at a show for $80, and I passed on it. I didn't know that was a great deal. I should have bought it. That said, Giant Steps. Look at this cover. It's amazing. Get this record. It's a $20 record. If you see it around, buy it. Next, here's a record people lately have been suggesting ad nauseum. It's a great record, but not even close to my favorite Lee Morgan record. Bam, the Sidewinder. It's a fantastic record. Don't get me wrong here, okay? Joe Henderson is on this, Barry Harris, Bob Crenshaw, Billy Higgins, right? Really good. Mid-60s jazz at its finest. That said, I prefer this. Lee Morgan, Search for the New Land, right? You get a lot of bang for buck with this record, right? You get Wayne Shorter, Grant Green, Herbie Hancock, Reginald Workman, and Billy Higgins. This is a far more expansive sounding record. I would say that it's like a bit more interesting to my ears than the Sidewinder. They're like reaching out for other sounds beyond the, hard bop, bebop realm. And this is a fantastic record. It is a mono on Blue Note, right? I bought this for my birthday one time, and have not regretted it. It's a fantastic record. If you can get your hands... See, this is the problem. A lot of these fancy new audiophile pressings that are accessible to people, they're not doing this record. Where's my tone poet of Search for the New Land? Come on, give it to me, Don Was. Next. Here's a record a lot of people are going to recommend to you, and for great reason. It's a fantastic record, and you should own it, for sure. Art Blakey's Moanin', right? Look at this cover. It's fantastic. Yeah, this is a fantastic record. It is Very, very important to own. I don't feel like I need to go into it because everybody knows about this record. You should have it in your collection. There is a Blue Note Classics version of that coming. Mine is a DMM, right? The finest in jazz since 1939 label. Sounds pretty good. Can't wait to compare it to the Blue Note Classics version that's coming. But here's what I would suggest. There's some really, really good titles out there that people never talk about. Here's one of them. The Bridge with Sonny Rollins. Yeah. Jim Hall is on this record. He's a guitar player, if you didn't know, and he plays fantastic. Sonny Rollins is in top form here. As a matter of fact, he's referring to the Bridge where he went and woodshedded. That means that he just practiced all day long, every day, for a long time. And then they made this record right here. This fantastic record. This thing sounds incredible. Most Sonny Rollins records do sound incredible, but this one, RCA Victor. It's a mono with the deep groove, right? With the doggy on there. Mine has a little tear off on his forehead. The vinyl on this is pretty much dead mint, but the cover obviously has that problem. This was like maybe a radio station copy or something like that. You can see possibly a library or something on this. I don't know, but it's a fantastic record. Fantastic cover. And, you know, Sonny Rollins, The Bridge, you need this in your collection, okay? So, I'm going to keep going with this jazz record recommendations, right? As the Blue Note Classic series comes out, we're going to talk about those records. I'm going to give you my opinions on, you know, how I think Blue Note is doing on these reissues. And then maybe we'll talk about some records that you can get now that all the classic Blue Note records are going to be available. We can all move on to broader horizons and really go deep. So, yeah. Anyway, please like, subscribe, tell a friend, leave some comments down below. That's right, folks. Until we meet again, Bob out.